Alright, I'm going to start off this vlog by telling you guys a little bit about my frustrations about our warrantying of the airbrushes. Not the Beam Team XL compressor, but the actual airbrush that connects to it. We're warrantying a lot of these airbrush guns that are completely fine. They're just dirty. Or you have a loose piece, so you're getting air leakage. In most cases, in most industries, like the makeup industry or the airbrush art industry, right? They don't warranty the airbrush guns because typically if there is a warranty claim, a lot of it is user error. So we have to go back to the drawing board, and I understand that it's going to happen a lot from barbers because it's fairly new to the market. I mean, I feel like we created the cordless airbrush market, and because of that, there's a lot of educating that has to be done. There's going to be a lot of headaches. And so I created a video that you guys can watch in a little bit to teach you guys how to operate and maintain your actual airbrush gun. Now, if you email us with a warranty claim, we're going to help you troubleshoot it. And if it is our fault, if it is our airbrush gun, we will replace it. But, you know, this is an actual warranty claim where it is user error, and I'm telling you, it's like 9 out of 10 that I will check, and it's a little frustrating, but at the same time, it's my fault. It's the Tomb 45's fault because we haven't been educating you guys enough on it, obviously. So here's a video. Let me know if this helps you guys in the comments below. Also, watch the whole video. At the end especially, like, we start dropping bars when it comes to the barber economy, the barber pie. Check it out, guys. Called total domination right here.
Stop! No.
Daddy is in the lead.
No, that's 2 points.
No, you're covering points up.
2 points.
Valentina, how did you do against mommy? Did you beat mommy or did mommy beat you?
I beat 1 round.
Mommy beat you 2 rounds?
No, she beat me 1 round. I beat her in the second round, but I killed her in the second round. She only beat me by 1 point. I killed her by 3.
What? So today we are at Pancake House. Looks like kind of like almost like an IHOP, but not really. And we are going to go skating. We're in Georgia, in Lawrenceville, right outside of Atlanta. And then after that, we're gonna go check out Savannah. Right, babe? Savannah.
All right.
What?
What's this? Granny nut.
Oh, that's mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. So that was yours. I'm sorry. I'm talking to the wrong person. There you go. He owe you 2 more pancakes.
And this is your raisinol bacon.
We just need some syrup.
Syrup and extra napkins. And
Yes.
She's crying. Oh my god.
Sure, he can give you some.
Why is that a reason to cry?
Oli, how's it going, bro? How's skating going?
Why you got so shy, bro?
Oh, here we go. Alright, player. See you, boy. Oh, and here goes Valentina. Look at her. Oh, Valentina with her cousin, Ayana. Oh. Ayana having her back the whole time. And her other cousin, Annalise. So Annalise, Ayana, Valentina. Hey, baby. Yo, Anthony, do a trick for YouTube. Oh. Come on, get up. Do another one. Do another trick. Let's go. Oh. There it is. Good job, Bobby. Whoa.
Me está diciendo bye, mami, que se van. Yeah. Okay. Dale un beso, sé que se va. No lo viste. Dale un beso que se va. Se van, bye bye. Give her a kiss. Move, Anthony. Move back. Come over here. Estoy cansada.
Why not?
Okay.
So craziest thing happened just now. We're leaving Atlanta, Lawrenceville really, where my family is. I was visiting my mother. And we decided we were gonna we're gonna stop through Savannah because Justine, my wife, she's been wanting to come to Savannah forever, just to check it out on the way home. And so we got a hotel just so that we can sleep here tonight, check the place out in the morning, and then go back home. So we went through Hotwire. We did the hot rate thing to save some money because I always book through that. Through the tours and everything, I've been booking through that forever. Everything went good. We got a confirmation. We saved some money. I pull up, you know what I'm saying? I go to check in. They said, we don't have no rooms. I'm like, okay, no problem. I call Hotwire. They start looking for a room. Everything's booked up. Called like 10 hotels. Everything's booked up. Not thinking it's the 4th of July weekend. Of course, it's going to be booked up. But thankfully, we ended up getting the Econo Lodge, which I would have never booked in my life. We still haven't checked in, so I don't know if it's going to be any good. What we're going to do is we're going to check out Leopold's Ice Cream. Right, guys? Leopold's Ice Cream?
Yeah.
How old is Leopold's Ice Cream?
100 years old.
100 years old. So we're gonna check it out. I'll show you guys the ice cream, and then pray for us. Hopefully this hotel ain't gonna be that bad. Let's go ahead. Let's walk over. We're gonna walk across, right? There's a line out the door, and it is 10. It's like 10:30 at night. So it's got to be good if there's a line out there. Really cool, right, guys? Look at this. It's like a theater. Yeah, it's dope, right? Alright, we're in line. What?
I like
Martina, you like it? Definitely taste the rum vibes. This flavor has not changed since 1919. This is their original favorite. It's pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie, yours is really, really good. What flavor is that?
Strawberry lemonade sorbet.
Yeah, why you got stuff on your nose, bro? Really? Dude, you're not playing, girl. Delicious. I know, you killed it. This whole highway doesn't have a single street light. It's insane. Like, and it's such a windy road. It's dangerous, man.
No, it was worse than this. As soon as you put it on, now there's businesses with lights.
Yeah, but look, like this is how it's been most of the time. Unless you have lights from like the businesses around, like those lights. But like, look how dark this is. And this is a highway. It's crazy. I could imagine how many accidents happen here. So we're on our way to Walmart to pick up air mattresses. Alright, we here, guys. We checked into the Econo Lodge, and baby, you found a hair on one of your pillows. So she's just inspecting, making sure.
There's no hot dogs.
But it's not that bad. It ain't the best, but it ain't bad. And what we had to do, because this was the only room that they had available, like all of Savannah is booked. This is the only room they had, so we had to buy a air mattress so the kids could sleep on it. But this is Econo Lodge. I've been in worse. Just saying, I've definitely been in worse.
Not for a bed.
Yeah, we bought the wrong pump. So I'm gonna have to pull the car up to the front of the hotel room.
Good thing we're in room 105.
Alright, ready, babe? Let's do this. Alright. What?
I can hear you. Hi.
There it is. Good to go. Hey, we got big things to do tomorrow. Okay?
Fun things.
Fun things, yeah. We're gonna go have breakfast at J. Christopher's. Has like 1,000 4.5 star reviews, and then we're gonna go do this trolley tour. Let's go check this place out. Yo, I'm so excited for this trolley. This trolley is going to be lit. What do you think?
Yeah.
You know what is a trolley?
Trolley is like a train with wheels, and it's gonna be showing us things in an old town.
You're right. You're right. That's the trolley tour. Can't wait for it. What do you think this food's gonna be like? You think this food's gonna be good? Yeah. Alright, we'll see.
You don't tell people that their food looks disgusting. That is rude, okay?
Alright, I may seem old, but I'm looking forward to this tour. How about you, babe?
Yeah. You know you could do Segway tours?
Yeah, I'm not doing that though. That's real old. Babe, if it was just us, you wouldn't do this one? No?
I would do that one.
You would do that?
The reason for the building of the Georgia Railroad. Continent was wrong.
I really enjoyed this tour, man. Maybe it's because I'm a history buff and I love history. My daughter was bored out of her mind. My son enjoyed it, but and my wife liked it. We loved the historical stuff. We probably won't bring our kids on this type of stuff again, but I'm a history buff. I feel like because of the stories. when you know where people have started and the challenges that they face to accomplish things that we take for granted today in a lot of ways, right? Like, I'll tell you one of the stories. One of the stories was of the first house in Savannah that had electricity. You're talking about, this house is over 100 years old, still standing today. Somebody lives in it right now. But people used to gather at night in the courtyard in front of the house, like it was like a little town center, and they would sit there and wait till the homeowners use the electricities, turn the lights on, and that was like an event for people. They couldn't believe it. It was a big step for people in that city. And you think about these things and you're like, wow, man, that's dope to me. First of all, the homeowners were pioneers because they spent some real money. They had the vision and the ambition to have electricity in their house, and they were first ones to do it. That was so cool to me. I mean, they talk about the stories of the slaves that were in Savannah, and the huge warehouses with the cotton that stored the cotton, and how people, when slavery was over, how these black families, they went on and they built things. They built their own banks. They built their own things, and the ambition for these people who had nothing to build something so dope, and a lot of these things still stand today. And then you hear the stories of the families who built homes and houses, and today, these are like, this is a pretty rich area, even to today's standards, right? But back then it was a rich area as well. And a lot of these people were like building their dream homes, the biggest homes, and a lot of them wrote in their wills, if I die, I want this to be a museum. I want this to be an art museum, or I want, my name to live on. And when you visit this town of Savannah, this historical district, it's the biggest historical district in the country, I believe. You see how much people cared about their legacy and about their family tree. And a lot of these homes have signs in front of them, and it'll say, Chris Basio, the house of Chris Basio. Obviously that's just a example, right? But then there were homes with like fences that had the family faces like on the fences, and it lives on today. And then you have graves that the last grave there was put in like 1880 or something crazy like that, and they're still there today. Like, people, I feel like more than ever back then cared about legacy. Like, that stood out to me. The other thing that stood out to me was the level of wealth here. Like, people are turning these homes into their new homes, and they're turning them into hotels, and like, this is somebody's house right here. This guy said, I'm gonna take this house in this beautiful historical district, and this is gonna be my home. The level of ambition and creativity and the out of the box thinking to do something like this is insane. And like, even if you don't like materialistic things, the fact that somebody like this is the like exact example of what believing the world is your playground. This is what that is right there. This guy said, I don't care where it's at, if it's in the historical district or not. I love this home, and it's gonna be my home. It's just dope. It's just dope, man. Like, that's why I like history. So.
Cathedral of St. John the Baptist. This is the oldest and largest Catholic cathedral and different from most. Most you are accustomed to seeing a drive-through window, but if you look very close over to the right here in Savannah, we have a walk-up window for you. That's right. That's how we do it in the South, okay?
It's a walk.
And I hope they have some fun. Here's to the lady. Excuse and
What's the matter? Elijah, are you having fun? Or why are you saying it's boring? You're very miserable, you know that?
Alright, so that was quick thinking. Pulled up to the Gap, $20, got both of them bathing suits. Now it's time to have fun and then hit the road.
So we can get out of here.
Yeah, so because everything was boring that mommy and daddy wanted to do. So now we're gonna do something they want to do.
and then we can leave this place. I can get back to work. So I spend a lot of time with my family, guys. I do. Went to Georgia to see my mother. Haven't seen her in a while, and you know she's sick. So now that she lives in Georgia, I plan on seeing her as often as possible. You know, any chance I get, like a little weekend where I'm free, I'm definitely gonna go visit her. Even if I gotta go by myself and just catch a flight real quick. But then, you know, we try to make little time to make up with the kids and do things like this as often as possible. I think we're a little bit more flexible than most families. I think it's really unconventional the way we do things, just because, you know, Justine doesn't have the type of job where you have to keep a schedule. Like she does hair and she works on her schedule. It's very flexible, and I can do a lot of my job, run a lot of my business on the road. Even though I travel a lot and I'm constantly on the road, when I am on the road, we try to like, that's where me and Justine will try to do something together and make up for lost time while I'm working. So it really is. It's really unconventional, and it works for now. You know what I'm saying? It's still sacrificing, and we would love to have a little bit more time together. Go ahead, baby, walk. But it's working for now, and we realize that we're doing it this way so that one day we won't have to. You know what I mean? You guys ready? You gonna have fun? You want to go in the fountain? Yeah?
I really didn't watch Mommy's making.
Mommy's making you? Why? Because Valentina wants to, the princess? Oh yeah? Come on, baby, I'll take you. Give me a hand. We gotta go this way. Run. It burns. Go down. Go down. Are you gonna go in the water or what? You gonna go? Now you're having fun, Valentina? Oh. Bro, you gonna go in there or what? You too cool for school? You too cool?
No, it's just really cold.
How you know? You haven't even touched the water. Alright. You having fun, baby? Alright. I'm gonna let you guys play. I love you guys. What happened?
Over here.
Yeah, it's not too bright here. Alright, Savannah, it's a wrap. And we're finally home. Home sweet home. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I just got back. On the drive home, if I wasn't driving, I was working on this, which is like a distributor sheet. It's gonna be almost like a napkin presentation, and then on the back we'll have pricing. This is gonna be our way of trying to we're pretty much gonna knock on doors, and we're gonna build up our network, our relationships with distributors and vendors and stores. And so in order for me to get this done, I need to go get some photos. It's 10 o'clock. I just got home from a 5-hour drive and, you know, hanging out with the family. I could call it quits, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to just relax. I'm going to go to the shop now, take some photos that I need in order to create the artwork for this, and move from there. But yeah, it's the life of an entrepreneur. I'll be back, guys. Love you guys. What? Yeah.
My VC friend began to dwell on this.
Alright, we're at the shop. Let's take these photos. Alright, so pretty much that's the photo that I had in the drawing, except I had my phone like this too. Just so I can make sure people know you can wirelessly charge your phone. Alright guys, so I wanted to talk to you guys about this whole distributor thing and trying to find distributors who want to rock with us, man. Like, because we're learning new things as we grow the company, as we talk to people and network, and honestly, the relationships we've been building have been giving us a lot of insight about kind of how the beauty industry works as a whole. One thing I know about the beauty industry is that it's huge.
It's supposed to be like over $800 billion. You're talking almost $1 trillion industry, in which the barber industry owns like 2% of it, 1% of it. And when I mean barber, I mean men's grooming. But it's kind of crazy when you think about it because there's so many barbershops. I mean, I would say just as many as salons. Obviously we don't have the spas and things like that, and makeup and stuff like that, but we still, I mean, 2% is kind of low, man. You know what I mean? So when I think about the beauty industry, it makes a lot of sense, right? The beauty industry is a pie. Okay? And in this beauty industry, there's a little tiny piece right here. And I would say that little tiny piece is probably smaller than that, is the barber industry. Well, then I would say the salon industry is probably this whole chunk right here, right? And then you have spa, and then you have makeup, right? And it might be bigger, it might be different. It might look something like this where makeup takes up this whole thing. You guys get what I'm saying. But the whole point is that we got this little tiny piece right here. And at the end of the day, this is our economy. There is money that is circulating inside this little piece right here, but there's just as many barbers here as there is here. So who do you think has the potential to make more money? The stylist who's working in this space, or the barber who's working in this space? The stylist, right? And I think we all can agree that is the case. That's true. I would venture to say stylists on average make more money than barbers. What I didn't know is that we have the power to influence this as barbers. But one thing I know about barbers is we just don't have that type of ambition or behavior or culture, right? And I think a lot of it is because of when you think about a stylist or the cosmetology world, there's a whole ecosystem. There's a whole infrastructure there, right? Like if you go to a Paul Mitchell school, you probably go to a Paul Mitchell salon, you probably use Paul Mitchell products, and it's not just a transactional relationship between Paul Mitchell and the stylist. Paul Mitchell is supporting the stylist and in hopes that the stylist will support the brand. And what I mean by that is they're providing education, they're providing continued training, they're providing the salons and the product and giving you a commission and a platform where you can make money. Where in the barber industry, there's really no brand that's doing that. We hope to, of course, and we're trying to grow into that. But I guess that's why the culture is so different and why the cosmetology world is so much bigger, right? When you think about it in that way, they really care about their brands. Where I feel like here, and I just watched a video with Barber who talked about not reviewing knockoffs anymore. Like this is really the only beauty niche. And we could talk about fashion, makeup, we could talk about, cosmetology, we can talk about sneakers. This is really the only beauty industry niche that embraces knockoffs and fakes. And when you think about what that does to the economy of a niche or a industry long term, this is why we're still here. And we're one of the oldest professions known to mankind. But we can influence this, right? Now, one of the things, a friend of mine who's very experienced with distributors and things of that nature, he talks about the big distributors, right? The Cosmoprofs, the Sallys, the Salon Centrics of the world. They really don't go looking for brands. Well, they do, but they're influenced by request, right? So they hear out, what customers are requesting, what people are asking for. And if they're getting enough requests and that brand is making enough noise, then they'll go and they'll reach out. And so what we're taught is to wait, to keep building and wait till a distributor comes in and comes knocking on our door. The problem with that, I feel like, is that barbers aren't going to Cosmoprof, aren't going to even their local barber supply stores and asking for a specific brand. Doesn't matter. I'm coming in, what's available, I'll get whatever the cheapest is or whichever one I like is, that's what I'm getting. Barbers don't really think about the R&D. They don't research and development. They don't think about the support that a brand is giving to, the barber, because it's, I don't know. I don't think we think that far, and I'm showing you why it's important, because if companies or brands, no matter how big they are, if they're investing into this piece of the pie, it will grow, right? And what I mean by that is if they're bringing in new technologies, if they're doing more than just selling you a product, whether it be more education, whether it be creating new innovative products that'll help the barber, elevate themselves, then there will be more money circulating and in a sense growing this piece of the pie bigger and bigger and bigger. And then all of a sudden distributors start paying attention, and then markets just start paying attention, and we start getting more respect. And then instead of going to a hair show, and let's say this is the hair show floor, and seeing a little corner like this that has barbering, and instead of going to a store and seeing a little aisle like this being barber products, people will start putting more respect on our names as barbers, and then it'll look more like this or like this. You guys get what I'm saying? And the biggest thing that I learned from my friend who has a lot of experience in this is the fact that as a barber, we have the most influence in changing this, but we don't do it, right? And so what I learned is we can't depend on the barber to walk into Cosmoprof and start emailing these distributors to start carrying our products. We have to do something about it. Like, we have figured out as a team that we can't just build the brand and wait for distributors to come. We're going to have to start going to them. We're going to have to start knocking on doors. We're going to have to start, planting seeds and putting bugs in distributors' ears. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then we'll figure out another way. But no more excuses, man. We got to make this happen. I just wanted to share that with you guys because I don't think a lot of barbers think about the big picture here, right? We need to build a bigger pie so that we can all win. And this doesn't just go for the barber. This goes for the brands as well. Like, so many brands want to compete with one another the same way that so many barbers want to compete with one another. But we're just competing, trying to eat off of this little piece right here, instead of collaborating and building this piece up bigger so that we can all win. So now we're not fighting over crumbs. We're fighting over a real chunk of the pie. And everyone wins that way. Everyone. The barber wins. The customers win. The companies win. Everybody. Technology starts to grow. Innovation starts to grow. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Comment below.